Have you ever wondered what Melissa Rauch is really like beyond the character you see on television? Many fans know her as Bernadette Rostenkowski from The Big Bang Theory, where her funny personality, distinctive voice, and confident character made her one of the most memorable stars on the show. But today, there is another topic that often gets people curious: her height, appearance, and the measurements that have been reported about her online. Before getting into those details, though, it is important to remember that celebrity measurement information is often inconsistent. Different websites can publish different numbers, and unless the celebrity has personally confirmed specific measurements, those figures should be treated as estimates rather than proven facts. Melissa Rauch is generally reported to be around 5 feet tall, although sources vary, and her appearance on television can sometimes make her seem different from how she looks in everyday life. That is because television is not always an accurate reflection of someone's natural proportions. Camera angles, clothing, footwear, lighting, hairstyles, and even the way a scene is filmed can all influence how a person appears on screen. Melissa became especially recognizable because Bernadette was designed as a character with a very distinctive personality and appearance. Her small stature was often part of the humor surrounding the character, particularly when she was standing beside taller actors. As a result, some viewers began assuming that the character's appearance represented Melissa exactly in real life. But an actor and the character they play are not the same person. Melissa Rauch is much more than Bernadette, and her real appearance should not be reduced to a set of numbers. Hollywood has traditionally placed a huge amount of attention on celebrities' bodies, especially actresses. Fans may become curious about height, weight, clothing sizes, or other measurements, but these details rarely tell us anything meaningful about someone's talent or personality. In Melissa's case, her career demonstrates that her abilities have always been much more important than measurements. She began working in comedy and entertainment before becoming widely recognized as an actress. Her comedic timing, expressive performances, and ability to create memorable characters helped her build a successful career. Her role as Bernadette eventually became her breakthrough, and audiences connected with the character because Melissa brought a unique combination of humor, intelligence, confidence, and energy to the role. One interesting thing about Melissa's career is that she has successfully moved beyond The Big Bang Theory. She has appeared in other television projects and films, worked as a writer and producer, and continued developing her career in different areas of entertainment. That shows why focusing too heavily on physical measurements can miss the bigger story. A person's achievements cannot be measured with a tape measure. Melissa's work is a good example of how personality and ability can become a person's most recognizable qualities. It is also worth remembering that celebrities are people, not statistics. When fans search for a celebrity's real measurements, they are often trying to compare what they see on screen with reality. But bodies naturally change over time, and even accurate measurements from one period of someone's life may not remain accurate years later. This is especially important when information comes from unofficial websites that may simply repeat numbers from one another without a reliable source. So, rather than presenting an exact figure as fact, it is better to focus on what is actually known about Melissa's career and public work. Another valuable lesson comes from the way television can influence how people see themselves. When audiences constantly see actors and celebrities presented in carefully selected outfits, camera angles, and professionally produced images, it can create unrealistic expectations about what people are supposed to look like. In reality, there is no single correct body type. People naturally have different heights, shapes, proportions, and appearances. Melissa Rauch's career is a reminder that being successful does not require fitting into one specific physical stereotype. Her humor, intelligence, and confidence have played a much larger role in her success than any measurement ever could. For viewers who sometimes feel pressured by celebrity images, this is an important message. You do not need to compare yourself with an actress, athlete, singer, or influencer to decide whether you look good enough. Your body is your own, and there is no universal measurement that determines your value. What makes someone interesting is often the combination of personality, character, talent, experiences, and the way they treat other people. Melissa Rauch has built a career by making audiences laugh and by creating characters people remember, and that is far more significant than a number attached to her appearance. So, if you were expecting a shocking secret about Melissa Rauch's measurements, the bigger surprise may actually be that those numbers are not nearly as important as people make them seem. Reported figures can vary, and without direct confirmation, they should not be treated as exact facts. What we do know is that Melissa Rauch is a talented actress, comedian, writer, and performer who turned a memorable television role into a successful entertainment career. Her story shows that what makes someone stand out is not simply how tall they are or what their measurements might be. It is what they bring to the screen and what they accomplish throughout their lives. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning more about Melissa Rauch and her career, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more celebrity stories, and leave a comment telling us which star you would like to learn about next. Remember, numbers may describe someone, but they never tell the whole story.